We so often hear from the Marine Patrol and the Warden Service, anytime you're out on the water, make sure people know where you are, have a life vest, have a plan, and such a good example of what can happen when you're out there on the water. Likely people will still be out on the water because we have some decent weather ahead.
Yeah, we had a pretty decent weekend. I managed to dodge some of the showers, so if you got hit in one of those, maybe not as good. But overall, yeah, with the choppy seas, we do have Hurricane Franklin, not on the approach here, but I'll get in that in a minute on how it can affect some of areas along the coast. So currently right now, 68 degrees out here in Portland. Still felt pretty warm out, and that's because our dew point is 61 degrees. So a little bit more on the humid side, but overall not too bad. Currently though, pretty dry out there. A couple little baby showers popping up south of Bangor, but most of the rain is going to stay over to our west, and we're going to have a pretty dry next few hours. But over the next couple of days, that's going to change, and we're going to see some more precipitation come in. Now, temperature-wise, we were able to get into the middle 70s. A couple places hit the low 80s thanks to all that sunshine we saw today, but we will be a little bit cooler as that rain comes in as well. So we aren't going to spend too long on the next couple hours here, because as we get into early tomorrow morning, that's where we could have a couple of showers, especially up north by the county and the Canadian border. The closer you get to the coast, it'll be a little bit drier, but overall a more cloudy day than we saw today. Now, once we get later into Tuesday, we could see a couple little breaks of the clouds, which could cause some showers as well. And then once we get into Wednesday, that's where we're going to have a front approaching, which is going to cause some more rain. Now, here's where Hurricane Franklin comes in, and actually could give us a chance of some heavier rain throughout the day on Wednesday. Now, right now, Hurricane Franklin is actually much farther south, and it is going to stay away from our area at the moment. And if you see here where the path is going to come up, it's going to stay out to sea. This is what we call a fish storm. It's not going to hit any land masses, and you can see here that it is going to stay very far away from the coast of Maine. However, some of that moisture can get advected into the front that's going to be moving through and cause some higher rainfall totals and some higher surf right along the coastline. So we can see that here as that low pressure system is going to go through. Then we're going to have Hurricane Franklin, which is going to be pushed offshore. Gives us a little bit more rain, but afterwards it is going to give us a high pressure system that will roll in and allows for a nicer second half of the week. So at least right now, if you're going to be out on the seas are currently only 2 to 3 feet and the water at 62 degrees. So in terms of our 7-day forecast, a couple of showers move through tomorrow, but overall not a bad day. And then Wednesday, we'll have that front move through with a little bit of extra tropical moisture. Could give us some pretty decent rainfall on Wednesday. And then as I showed before, that front will push out Hurricane Franklin, and high pressure will roll in behind it, giving us some clearing throughout the day on Thursday. A little bit breezy otherwise, but it sets us up for a good end of the week. So even though Hurricane Franklin, guys, isn't going to come near here in Maine, it still can have some impacts, which is pretty interesting from a meteorological standpoint.
Yeah, it's something to keep in mind if you're out on the water.
Absolutely.
Dana, thanks so much.